Hey everybody, That Brown Bat back once again, finally, for another episode of Bat in the Box. And we are here with part 1 of Let's Build Utapau. And hey, I just got done watching, before I'm doing this course, editing it in post. I needed all the concentration power to get this toy box done. And I found these 5 episodes, unreleased, unfinished episodes of Star Wars The Clone Wars. And of course, most of you are out there already know about this. And Death on Utapau. I watched the first one. And I knew Utapau was big. And I knew Pau City was big. One of the things they failed to show because of all the explosions and everything, and the Star Wars Attack of the Clones, was the city structure. And I have a book that sort of shows some of the buildings. I haven't found anything in Disney Infinity that resembles that, except one thing. The Rebel Cruiser, the GR-70 or whatever it is. That's the only thing I found that resembles one of the buildings. But I didn't realize that till later. So anyway, we're not even going to get to the buildings in this episode. This is all pretty much ant farm. That's what the sinkholes on Utapau are. They look like an ant farm. And so pretty much this is how we're going to build our ant farm. We're just going across the length of a large terrain block. Width, length. Well, they're square, so I guess it'd be the same, right? And Calhoun's command I'm using for the inner base, and the outer I'm using buried treasure. Normally I say buried, but somebody pointed out to me, it's not spelled bury, it's bury. Whatever. To each their own, man. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. So anyway, this took me, I don't know, I think I built this halfway, probably 4 times, trying to get the ant farm theme going. Alright, right here we put the Calhoun's command. Alright, keep note, later on that's going to come out because we have to put General Grievous somewhere and he won't fit where we need to fit him. So that's going to get changed later on. And it was a shame because we need that. And yeah, there's other places where we can put it to compensate. Just putting in the walls here. Had to save it. And you know, it's funny, I saved it and then the game crashed. So here I had to reload it. So I might as well put the end plate somewhere. Alright. Now what, Master Kenobi? If I sound stuffy, it's the weather. The weather has made it stuffy. First it's humid, then it's dry. It doesn't know what it wants to do. Now these are landing platforms and I'm using the cliff ledges. Well, they're all cliff ledges, but the flat ones I'm using for a landing platform. At least for now, until I find something better. Yeah, it's just rinse and repeat. Covering this whole edge right here with these cliff ledges. Now, one thing, well, it's not one thing. It's in the my book here. Pau City, capital of Utapau. Pau City boasts almost 1 million inhabitants, making it by far the largest of Utapau's sinkhole communities. Built underground in mostly natural caves, Pau City's external access points and spacecraft docking facilities are constructed within the Pau sinkhole, safe from the scouring winds of the planet's surface. They mine bones. I don't know what kind of animals. It might say in here. There's a lot of stuff written here, but we don't have a lot of bone structure except for the roads, which I use, the Dinosaur Valley theme for the roads. But they're flat. But you'll see eventually I make the best of them. This is built on 11 levels. Subterranean Pau City extends around the entire circumference of the sinkhole. To facilitate movement between its levels and to support its role as a trade port, the city's cliff-face exterior is dotted with large and small landing platforms for craft ranging from bulk carriers to tiny inner-level flitters. Inner-level flitters and dactylians. I'd have to do a Google search for that to see what the heck that is. Subterranean passageways link Pau City with nearby secondary access sinkholes and settlements. I thought as much that would do that. No, we don't explore that here. This, to me, is like Coruscant made out of dirt. Really? Yeah, and I don't have all 12 levels or 11 levels here, no. Level, what do you say, 10th level. 10th level. I remember the Paulin's teeth. 10th level. What is it? I don't know where his name is. The guy that greeted Obi-Wan. 10th level. Battle droids. Thousands of them. So there was one level above that. So I kind of condense everything here. You got to make sure everything, when you're building this, everything lines up. The first 2 or 3 tries I did, or the 2 or 3 tries preceding this, I got to a point where I'm like, yes, this is coming along good. And then I get to a point where I'm off by half a block. And I could have either found out where the problem was or start over, and I chose to start over a couple times. So make sure these are lined up perfectly. And so we're using that long tiny terrain block, so the space between each of these blocks is another tiny terrain block. And then I coat the underside, you'll see here in a bit. I think I was just getting parameter in here. Perimeter. Getting the perimeter of this. Oh, another thing I found out too is for sky domes. What was it? I switched it to Radiator County. You're not going to see it in here, but the later ones when I switch it to that, and the gameplay. The recording is very out of focus. Alright, I decided to make this one side ramps. So you'll see how that is. And it if you don't have a flying character, guess what? It's not fun to go all the way around to get up to the next level, but hey, that's what spaceships are for, right? And transports and speeders and all that good stuff. So in order to keep it as a passageway, I'm using these overhead. See how it says overhang corner? It looks like I'm using the ledge, right? Because they look the same at this angle. Well, I thought that I was using. That's what I was using. Alright, these cliff cave ceilings, I use them in Hoth as well. That's what goes overhead. Right here, I was uncertain of what I was going to do at the time. So I'm just moving the camera. What do I do, George? What do I do? I don't know. But we got to fill that in. So that's what I'm using here. And then, no. What am I doing? I think I moved the ramp further to the left. Eventually. I can't remember. Let's just wait and see. Fill all that stuff in. I was surprised on the structure and how much space I had left over when I got to the end. I'm not even sure if I'm totally done, but I took the recordings. There's 14 parts of this that once they're edited down, I don't know if it'll be a total of 14 because I might be able to fit 2 of them. I was very, very tired, and a lot of the space in the recordings was just me falling asleep and doing nothing for like an hour. So maybe it'll be 10 parts, 11 parts, or something like that, because I'll cut all that inactivity out. And I get to a point where I'm like, okay, that's it, and I'm building stuff in it, and a lot of it's do what you want, after. I show you how to make it. You put whatever you want into it if you're building along. That's how it is. And because I'm always going to use this, and I'm always going to be forever changing it to suit whatever. I do it with toy boxes. I use them for other things. See right there, I'm off. You gotta make sure, you gotta keep things lined up. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Get these blocked in there. Eventually I found out that I used the wrong ledges. Let's see, what does this say about the building structures? Many tall buildings in Powell City act as cavern roof supports with flat-topped rock or shock-absorbing pads. Yeah, it draws in this book. You can't even tell what really it's just buildings protruding out of the cliffs with windows. It looks like a ship is stuffed in there. Really, it's what it looks like to me. And I couldn't find pieces to accommodate what they're saying it looks like. So, did what I did, and it's the same building structures are used in Kashyyyk. I've heard it said both ways. I'm trying to remember. George Lucas pronounced the Wookiee homeworld as Kashyyyk, if I'm not mistaken, and everybody else since him has called it Kashyyyk. But I remember hearing him in an interview saying it was Kashyyyk. So, dude, right here, I'm using the wrong piece. But yeah, if I did all 11 levels, I wouldn't make it. Definitely would not make it. So underground we have the Amani. And that sounds like, the Amani sounds like a cult. In the movie Return of the Jedi, there was one of the Amani in Jabba's court. They called him a headhunter. It just looked like a lump of rubber. Rubber suit that you couldn't move. The actor couldn't move in it. But he had staff with skulls hanging on it. It's like a cross between a snake and a mushroom or something like that. But they're actually in that episode there, Death on Utapau. You know, like I said, it's not finished, but you could make out what it was. And they even had a toy of it back in 1983. And I think he's one of the most sought after Star Wars toys from the original Kenner line. Yeah, bring those down a bit. Then we want to, now right here, see, it won't fit. So we take the ramp out, then put the ceiling in there, then put the ramp back in. We don't need trigger area or anything like that either. And there's a civic level, so like the upper crust live up on the top level, and the as you progress down, you get to the working class, and then finally you get to the Amani, who are less uncivilized. They're like the on Naboo. They're like the, well, they're not. You know how the Gungans are less civilized? Well, they're not stupid. Let's not use the Gungans. Who else could we? I don't know. Yeah, I had to speed it up right here because I was like, just, I don't know what to do. Which way did that go, George? But you know how on Naboo, the humans are pretty much the ones that are the alphas on that planet. Even though the Gungans are not stupid, they're I guess you could say a little bit primitive compared to the people. However, we as people, I guess, think of ourselves too highly. The Gungans were a little bit more simple, and people are dumb as far as wanting power. You know, humans have to control everything, right? That's what we do. You get peace, some jerk's gonna take advantage of it and want to rule, like the Emperor. What else we got on here? Pal City's highest level is occupied by the government and bureaucracy, including the port administration. The city's major civic and ceremonial buildings are located on this level, together with cultural and recreational facilities and the residences of the Pauan elite, who manage the planet's civic affairs and trade. In the twilight world of Pal City, being close to natural light from the surface is... What? Oh, being... Because the higher up you are, you're closer to natural light. So that's a status symbol. The higher you are to the surface. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Yeah, it gives 4 different quadrants. 4 different quadrants? 4 4 sections, so you got 11 levels and 4 different areas. So they have it labeled in here A, B, C, D. So going down. So I guess, I don't know if they're divided into... This is 11, not 12. Whatever. So you go down to B, and it says what the wealth level. The Pauans place great importance on those industries and trade interests that drive the planet's economy. Consequently, the seawater processing plants from which trace elements and minerals are derived and other important industries are located high up in the city, which is easy access to the landing stages of the port facilities for cargo loading. Middle-class Pauans and few wealthy Utai also live on this level. And the Utai were the little ones that fueled up Obi-Wan Kenobi's starfighter. Up here, that ramp I just built, we're going to take that out. It's pretty much as high as we're going to go in the ant farm area. So here I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm thinking. And I realized I had corners and not ledges. So this is where I change them all. But there's a reason why we can't have a ramp going to nowhere. I'll show you in just a second. Imagine if I was playing this at regular speed. Your wait time would be even longer for when I decide to put this piece down. Delete that. What are you doing, man? I just took that out. What did you put it back in there for? I raised it up. Okay, it makes it look better. And apparently I thought this would help. Now it would, of course, if I extended it up and made it go higher, but like I said, I don't have enough space. Make your choice. See? Ant farm. And putting the cave walls where you can adds some more texture against the wall. For the longest time, I didn't even know we had these pieces, or I didn't know how to use them or what to use them for, because I always just used the regular caves. You know, the tunnels. And these work good when you can use them. I guess one of the problems that I had during this game is not knowing, or any of us really, not knowing which pieces connect to which pieces. Tomorrowland is still questionable to me on which pieces are used in the structures of the buildings. Now right here, instead of leaving a gap, we're going to fill these in. And in order to do that, we need the trigger area. Going down from, I guess going into the fourth section, we have C, and it's the produce level. It includes functional facilities, city services, and some heavy industries are located. Now this isn't, I don't know if this is canon anymore, because what it showed in Clone Wars, well, really didn't specify. I guess it could, but C is the produce level, and then D is the mining level, and they showed D. It looks the same in the picture. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, right here, this is what I was talking about, why I have to get rid of this ramp going here, because we got to come up with a cap, because we're not going all the way up. We're not doing all 11 levels. So this is what happens. You walk right through an incline, and you come out the other side. So we can't do that. We can't have that, so we got to delete it. Pow's city's lowest level is where waste disposal and mining takes place. Bone mines provide fossilized bone for use in city construction, while building stone and some other ores are also mined here. Although miners may encounter giant Rasputi and other ferocious creatures in the darkness of the deep caves, the beautiful grottos and settling ponds of the sinkhole floors are popular places to relax. Now, it doesn't mention the Amani right here. I think that was established later. The fact is that they are down in the bottom levels. So I don't think they threw this part out as far as what's on the bottom level. But I think they just added to it. Because the Amani, I guess the Amani would be like Ewoks. They're not stupid, but they're not a race that's going to build starships. I mean, I don't know if they can. I'm sure you could. One of them, they could learn how to fly, but they're not Wookiees. You know, they're not going to build some industrial city. Oh, by the way, back I was talking about these building structures that are stuck into the caves. Kashyyyk, the Wookiee home planet, they are built. The cities are built into trees, huge trees. That's why I haven't attempted to build the Wookiee's home planet ever. Because the biggest trees we have are the treehouse pieces, which are ugly. Are very ugly. I hate them. I don't hate them really, but the treehouse actually takes up a lot of space. I don't know why. But then again, we get into the situation of how do I put these pieces in there? And now that I'm saying this, I have an idea. I have an idea now. I know exactly how to do it. And it's with simple toys, and yes, it will take up even more space. Now I'm wondering, the Wookiee trees though, what if I don't use the treehouse pieces? What if I use blocks and somehow, see, I have to make it round, that's the problem. Canyon. The canyon walls, the round ones, and then theme Ewok. Ewok terrain is Ewok blocks are wood. Just don't use the Tink's treasures because that won't work well. It's that gold lining, which definitely is not on the Wookiee homeworld. So right here you think, okay, I'll just use a big piece. The thing is, that is not as thin, and we won't be able to fit the boss fight spawner in between. So it's best to use the small, thin ones for the interior structured levels, or the platform, the flooring, the interior flooring. Hey, I got mail. Some of these towers they put in here, I don't know. Yeah, there's no way I can recreate this city. You will see how I do it, and it looks pretty cool. But I think sometimes when they just draw something in these cutaway books, they just draw it to make it look good with no intention of actually having the pieces do something, really. Maybe they, I don't know. Okay, looks like we're getting near our cap for this episode. So what do we got? We got, I mean, it's already big, and we are going to go lower because I'm going to put the bottom in the water. Now I know there's no waterfalls in the actual map, but we don't have raised level of water, so that's what we will do, but not in this episode, of course. So just put these landing platforms, cliff ledges, if you will, down. And I've tried other themes. I think every single one of them. Yes. The only terrain power disc I don't own, I believe, is Small World, and I don't want that one. So, do I? Oh no, I'm missing. I don't have. Lion King. I don't have that one. Yeah, whatever the words are to that, if they are words. Yeah, so I hope this was as interesting for you as it has been for me. Like I said, practice really makes perfect, and you don't see a lot of people showing the actual structures or talking about the structures of the worlds, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to continue on with it, of course. Now that I have a bunch of this recorded, I can get back to editing Starkiller Base and Hoth and Jabba's Palace for what I have left of that to edit. And so we'll see you guys in the next Bat in the Box. So until then, remember, keep on building. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, smash that like button. And guess what? There's even more. Click on any of these boxes to view more awesome stuff. And don't forget to click that big subscribe button so you can be notified of all my upcoming videos. And again, I want to thank you for watching. This has been That Brown Bat, signing off. CIAO.